Alrighty, if you've been watching this channel, you'll know that I'm a Disney Channel lover. You know, what can I say? I love the Disney Channel cheese, the Disney Channel movie cheese, the sweet queso. So while I was scrolling through Disney Plus one day, I came across a familiar face, and that face belonged to Milo Manheim. He plays as Zed in the Zombies trilogy, and as we all know, I mess with the zombies, dude. I love Zed, dude. Look at my YouTube banner. Just look at my YouTube banner. It's so good. And the movie I came across with his face in it was called Prom Pact. Now, this is technically a Disney Plus movie, but it also aired on Disney Channel, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have no idea how it aired on there because it makes no sense. Anyway, the movie starts in a gym where there's some really cool cheerleading shit happening and you're all like into it, but then it cuts from that to like Mandy, our main character, just trying to take out some of the clothes from Lost and Found into the homeless box that she's gonna donate. Technically stealing from Lost and Found, but you know, like the less fortunate need it. I'm with her on that one. Just I'll be honest here. This is just the movie's way of showing us that Maddie don't give a shit about cheerleading or whatever the hell is happening in that gymnasium. And I've never said the full word gymnasium before, so that's a first for me. Give me applause in the comments section or something. I don't know. Am I keeping this in? Probably not. I don't really want to, because that part wasn't even part of the script, and I'm going off script now. Why am I doing that? I'm not that good at improv. I'm horrible at improv. In fact, I'm not even quick on my feet. Look. See what I mean? I don't know how to use my feet. That was also a stupid ass joke. I'm so sorry. While she is graciously stealing and donating to the homeless, Mrs. Chen comes in and tells her ass to get into the goddamn gym. And also, just to state right now for the record, Mrs. Chen hated her. Just anytime I talk about her in the script, I'm going to be talking shit about her because she's horrible. I hate her so much. So Mandy goes into the gym and sits down next to her best friend in the whole wide world, Ben, who was played by the fabulous and wonderful Milo. There's nothing right on my hand. You guys got me. Okay. Sorry, it was a dumb joke. I really don't know how to say his last name though. So Milo, we're going to call him that for now. We're best friends. So while in a conversation with Ben, Mandy says this.
Why do people insist on treating Graham Lansing like he's some sort of golden god? What? He's just an entitled dumbass who uses his nice smile and male privilege to fail upwards and become king of the Everest.
What? Did she just say dumbass? What? Why would she do that? What? Huh? Dude, what? Why would she say that? I'm gonna throw up. Anyway, after this conversation happens, Ben kind of tells Mandy to shut the f up, bro. I'm trying to listen to what the prom theme is this year. All right, I gotta know.
We should be holding him more.
Shut up. Latoya Reynolds is about to announce the prom theme.
The 80s!
Damn. The 80s? Shit. That's when the AIDS happened. Yeah, so that Ghostbusters clip is actually a really important clip because it is a promposal, and promposals are a huge part of this movie, and one happens later in the movie, but we'll talk about that when we get there. We'll get there. Mandy goes to Mrs. Chen's office to talk about Harvard because that is her goal for this movie, to get into Harvard. That's like pretty much the big point of this movie. After this, Ben and Mandy get into an argument about movies in the 80s and how sexist they were. And this is also where they dropped the sex word. What? Why?
Revenge of the Nerds?
The hero nerd tricks a girl into believing he's her boyfriend so she'll have sex with him.
How is this on Disney Channel? You know what I mean? Like, this is not even the worst part. The worst part is actually the next part, the next scene. It's so bad, dude. It's so gross, actually. I'm remembering it. It's really cringe, dude. Okay, let's talk about it. So in this scene, Ben is talking to a coworker about whether he's quote unquote hooked up with anyone. And he tells his coworker, no, yeah, I've kissed somebody. And the dude is like, nah, I'm talking about, yeah, you know what? You just gotta watch it. I'll let him say it.
I've kissed a girl before.
Kissed? Ugh, what are you, 9? I'm talking about your P in a V.
P and V? That is honestly unironically the most cringe and repulsive dialogue I have ever heard in a movie. Like, who wrote this, dude? Why did you write that? I am convinced that whoever wrote this movie was watching Kissing Booth and thought the line "Don't bump coochies with my brother" was peak cinema. Also, the same P and V guy starts to flex Graham's P's and other V's because he shows on like, yeah, you see Graham over there? Yeah, his P has been in some V's. And he's also hot. And he heavily implies that he wants Graham's P and him. And honestly, watching this movie, I am fully convinced this is the horniest movie I have ever watched. And I know in the last video, I said that Superbad was the horniest movie. Scratch that. It's Prom Pact. Prom Pact, horniest movie confirmed. It's just so, it's crazy, dude. Like, what the fuck?
I don't have to prove anything to you.
You just did. See that guy? His P has been in some V. He's a senior.
You're a bad boy, Kyle. That ship has sailed.
After this horrendous conversation, Mandy and Ben go out for a very fun night. Except it's not fun because that virgin conversation that Ben had, the P and V one, with the coworker really messed up his day, and he's just upset about it. So Mandy, in order to make him feel better, plays his favorite band.
Imagine Dragons. Really?
This puts him in a great mood and they start to sing together, and it's a really cute scene. And also now I know that whenever I feel sad because my family will all eventually pass away, all I have to do is listen to Imagine Dragons. Imagine dragging these nuts on your face. Boom! Oh! You're an idiot, dude. You fell for that? Oh, you're so stupid, dude. You're so dumb. You're so stupid. So they eat some waffles, and Ben says something that I have never thought about before.
Because high school is all they have. Their lives have peaked. That's why we call them Everest.
But what if this is my peak? I don't have any glory days to look back on.
Okay, that's a little dramatic.
That's easy for you to say. You're not No Nuts Plunkett.
No, I didn't peak. There's no, but I never even had a girlfriend in high school. There's no way I peaked. No, dude, come on. There's no way I peaked. What if I did? Anyway, Mandy feels bad about making Ben feel bad, so she then asks him to prom, despite the fact that she's not really into that stuff, which really shows how good of a friend she is, until she's not throughout the rest of the movie, but we'll get there when we get there. We're getting there right now because the next day after this hangout, Mandy gets her status on her Harvard application, and it is currently as waitlisted, which starts the movie. Or the conflict, the plot.
Support the businesses that support NPR.
I know, it's Harvard. It's updated.
She gets upset and has a panic attack or whatever. And I mean, like, to me, right? I don't think that's that big of a deal. It's not like it was a rejection. It's waitlisted, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, dude, I mean, like, maybe, you know, you're not out, but you're also not in. But, like, you're not out. You know, it's not that bad. I don't know if any of you guys have gone to college, just let me know. How does that feel? I mean, I feel like that's not that bad. So she goes to Mrs. Chen to find out what she can do to change that from waitlisted to accepted, and Mrs. Chen tells her that she needs a letter of rec. Okay, so listen to Mandy's idea, all right? Because it's pretty inhumane. It's dumb. It's not even dumb. It's just like it's so messed up. All right, so she decides she wants to get a letter of rec from one of the most successful men, I guess, in this universe. And he was also a Harvard student. And the only way to get to him is through the most popular kid in school, Graham, because that is his father. So she decides she's going to offer him some tutoring lessons to get really close to him so that she can use him to get to his dad. And also, this is where Ben's arc begins, which is just to get together with this girl. And full disclosure, I don't remember her name. So while I was writing the script, I looked at my notes to remember what her name was. And in parentheses, I forgot her name. So that didn't help me at all. Dude, and so for the rest of this video, I'm just gonna call her girl or person because I don't want to go back there. And also, I thought it would be really funny because literally they say her full name so many times in this movie, like way too many. Like it's a running gag, and for some reason I could not remember her name, dude. It's so bad. They both go to a party where they were not invited to, and there is alcohol, making out, and even Mandy walking in on two dudes about to have sex. Again, how is any of this approved to be on the Disney Channel? It makes no sense. Mandy spends most of her time at the party looking for Graham, and she just eventually becomes frustrated when she can't find him, and she says this.
I know you know who he is. You people worship the ground he walks on, which is absurd because he's a Neanderthal whose only forms of communication are grunts and go Bulldogs.
He's right behind me, isn't he? Go away. Now, I thought that was well-deserved karma because she's really trying to use a whole person for her own personal gain. Ben then goes to get his prom tickets and guess who's there? Yeah, that's right, baby. That person. Let's go, baby. And she knows his name. Let's go. After this whole thing, Graham and Mandy meet, and Mandy makes her move about the tutoring thing, and then there's a small montage of her tutoring Graham, and then at the end of said montage, Graham decides to tutor her on how to shoot a basketball. And just watch this scene because look at the kind of riz this dude has, right? He's rizzing her up. And that was so cringe of me. But it's true, he was rizzing her up.
Do I have permission to touch your arm?
Yes.
No pressure.
Consent is sexy, baby. Holy, did you see that? Did you see the amount of riz he has? He asked if he could hold her arm, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, dude, right there, I would have just told him to touch my ass. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nothing crazy happens after that. It's just Mandy falling in love with Graham, but then while she's falling in love with Graham, she keeps putting Ben in the dust, and then she goes to Graham's house where he's shirtless, and it's like that scene felt like it wasn't meant for me. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Okay, guys, stop. And it wasn't for me. That scene was not, stop. It wasn't for me, guys. It wasn't for me. Stop saying this. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, with my mom, it's easy. She's a talker, but my dad, no matter how hard I try, I just can't live up to his standards.
We find out Graham has daddy issues, and also Ben finds out that Mandy is ditching him at the theater after he had bought her tickets. But guess what? The world throws him a goddamn bone with a very convenient character placement, baby, because guess who's there? The girl! Holy shit, dude! What? And then he pulls a fast one. He's like, yo, I got an extra ticket. You want to come watch? And she's like, hell yeah, dude, let's do it. Anyway, the next day, Mandy tells Ben that she cannot make it to his birthday dinner because she has to go to the dinner event for Graham's family where she can finally meet the dad and get her Harvard shit. But to make it up for him, she wingman the shit out of this guy, all right? She manages to get a date with the girl for Ben at Olive Garden. Possibly the best place to have a date.
LaToya Reynolds!
Hey.
Ben has a question for you.
But I also just wanted to say that my birthday is coming up. I'm having a birthday dinner.
I'm in. Ben Plunkett.
Mandy gets dressed up and goes with Graham to bum somewhere party thing at Olive Garden. Ben and the girl are finding out at Olive Garden, mind you, again, that they have a lot in common. Like a lot in common. It is going swell for the dude, right? It is going magnificent. But it isn't for Mandy. For you see, while she is at the party, she meets the Harvard guy, aka Graham's dad. And while she is talking to him, she fumbles the bag because as they're talking, the dad starts to talk shit about Graham, and Mandy stands up for Graham and is like, you know what, F your letter, dude. And she walks away. And at first I was like, damn, bro, good for you. Honestly, good for you. I respect it. Like, if I was a dad, I would be like, shit, all right. Yeah, all right, I'll write you a letter, dude. But after that moment, like literally right after, she finds out that Graham has been meeting with some dancing chick in the basement of his house every day for the past week.
He's trying to show Dad he's not the dumb kid because some smart girl likes him. But he spent all afternoon holed up in the basement with that girl he was hooking up with last summer.
This bitch. And by that, I mean both Mandy and Graham, because Mandy's out here ditching Ben like he's a piece of meat that doesn't actually have it, like, but like he's like trash, not meat. I chose the wrong word in my script. I don't know why I chose meat. It doesn't make any sense in hindsight. So she calls Ben because she doesn't have her phone. I don't remember why, but she doesn't have her phone, and she calls Ben so that he can pick her up. And Ben leaves the girl at Olive Garden because his best friend is calling him, crying hysterically to pick him up from some stranger dude that he doesn't really know. I don't know about you, but if my best friend called me while I was on my birthday date, crying, asking me to pick them up, knowing that they were with some, person that I do not know, I'm gonna go pick them up because holy shit, anything could have happened with no context, right? Like you're gonna think the worst. So here's where Ben messes up, because he does not express that feeling I expressed to you guys to the girl. So she thinks when he ditches her that Mandy is a priority, which he's just trying to make sure she's not hurt. Now here's where I got a little upset at Mandy though. Okay, well, to be fair, I was upset at her once she started ditching Ben, but now I got really upset, all right, because Ben picks her up. And Ben is way too nice. So here's why I was upset at Mandy. Because if you were my best friend, right, and you went through that whole thing, right, where you called me crying and I knew you were with some stranger dude, and I'm over here thinking the worst, just to go and find out that you were just crying over him because you find out he was cheating on you, despite the fact that I thought you hated the person and that you weren't even dating the person, and that you were ditching me to pursue your dream of going to your dream college, but that's not what happened. You were just pretty much on a date at that point. I'd be kind of upset too. So Ben, again, too nice. He forgives her and they decide to go to prom as planned, per, Prom Pact, or whatever the title of the movie is called. The next day comes and Graham is hella confused as to why he couldn't find Mandy at the party because she just kind of left, right? And he's just confused. And then Ben tries to talk to the girl because, she is mad. So Ben follows the girl to her car, but not in a creepy way, okay? Like, she literally tells Ben, you have until I get to my car to explain everything. And he does just that. And while that's happening, Graham proposes to Mandy. And then we cut back to Ben, and the girl proposes to Ben. But also, one thing about Graham's proposal, it's not even 80s, dude. One Direction is in the 80s? Such an idiot, dude. So stupid. What a buffoon, man. One loser. So dumb. That's not fair. He's not the villain here. He's actually the victim, bro. I'm so sorry. Wait, why am I saying sorry? He's not even a real character, dude. What am I talking about? What the No, he's not real. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry about anything. No, he's an idiot. But here's the thing about the whole Ben and girl thing, right? Ben says no to her proposal because of his quote-unquote prom pact with Mandy. But the whole conversation between him and her on the way to the car was the fact that she felt like Mandy was a prioritization to the word? A priority to Ben than her. So when he says no to that proposal because of Mandy, she's like, all right, I'm done with you, dude. Have fun, have a good life. But unbeknownst to Ben, Mandy says yes to Graham's proposal. So when Mandy tells Ben that, he explodes. He hits his limit. All right. And then during that explosion, he accidentally reveals the original plan for Mandy, which was to get close to Graham, not to get close to Graham, but so she can ask his dad for a Harvard letter. And to top it all off, people in the parking lot are recording the whole thing. And somebody shows Graham or Riz King, and this happens.
Hey, Mandy. Come here, I want to show you this video.
I can explain.
You don't need to. I really am a Neanderthal.
So Mandy realizes that she is a horrible person, a horrible friend, and a horrible girlfriend. And she has to fix everything and play the biggest game of make a sick comeback, in which she wins. So she dresses up in 80s clothing. She proposes to Ben to make up for everything, take him on a really fun day out, and they get to prom just to find out that it's not really 80s themed. Not gonna lie though, they kind of killed it with those clothes. Like, props to Ben and Mandy, bro. Holy shit. Good for you guys. I wish I could dress like that. So they announced the prom king and queen. And the queen goes to the girl with no name. And the king is Ben. I know, right? What the hell? How? He's not even popular. Well, you see, Mandy, with the help of Mrs. Chen, rigged the results so that Ben wins the prom king. And she did all this just so Ben had a chance to make things up with the girl, in which he successfully rizzes her up. Yeah, he did that, man. He rizzed her up so good. I don't like that. He rizzed her up and kisses her, dude. He like kisses her. Full confidence. And now the question is, did he rizz me up? Mandy gets into Harvard. She gives fire graduation speech. She says her goodbyes to Graham and Ben because she's going away to Harvard. And also Ben has a girlfriend now. And Graham and Mandy don't get back together. The end. What? What? Oh, what? Dude, no way, man. What? Yeah, so I thought they were going to be really bold with that ending and just be like, yeah, you know, things don't work out all the time, and that's okay. I thought that was going to be a message of the movie, but it's not. No, at the very end, it fades. I think it's like sometime in the future or whatever, and she bumps into Graham at some random bar thing, and they just make out. They make out, and the movie ends. So that was Prom Pact. And now I'm going to answer the question of how in the hell did they air this on Disney Channel? Well, you see, it turns out there's actually a censored version of the movie in which they cut it in a way where it's... Hey guys, future Jay-Doh here. I'm editing this video. I'm actually replacing this clip that I shot for this part because I got it completely wrong. But essentially, how they got this movie to air on Disney Channel is that they shot a second version of the film. So all of the scenes that are adult oriented, like the P&V scene or the any scene that they say sex in, they shot a separate scene to make it more family friendly. You're probably seeing it on screen now. And yeah, the dialogue completely changes and it's also more awkward because clearly that wasn't the intention of the scene when it was first written.
I bet you've never even hooked up with a girl.
I've kissed a girl before.
Kissed? Ugh, what are you, 9? I'm talking about your P in a V.
I don't have to prove anything to you.
You just did. See that guy? His P has been in some V.
I'm a senior. Treat me with some respect.
Come on, you're barely a senior. You don't even drive a car.
I'm in AP classes. I get good grades. I'm going to college next year. I'm a senior.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you count stuff that doesn't matter, like, I don't know, academics. See that guy? He's a senior.
But it's forgivable. Now, what's not forgivable is that this is a really dangerous game to play because if your child loves Prom Pact on Disney Channel and then they go to Disney Plus to watch the movie, It's going to be the uncensored version, which, as far as I know, it's going to be the uncensored version, which means, you know, your kid is going to be hearing, yeah, I'm talking about your P and some V. And I don't know about you, but I'd be really upset if I came across my child. I don't have a child, but I would be upset if I came across my child watching the movie and all I hear is, yeah, I'm talking about your P and some V. You see that guy over there? Yeah, his P has been in some V's. Anyway, back to the video. I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to, yeah. Overall, I actually did enjoy this movie. It felt like a Disney Channel movie that was meant for teenagers, which somehow made it more cringe, but in a good way. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I'm going to do these kinds of videos in between my bigger and main ones. If you haven't yet, watch my recent video. It's about, I believe, main menus, which I spent a lot of time on. And also the one before that, which is about remakes, and the one before that, no, the one before that is about ads, and the one before that is about remakes. So go watch those ones. I'm gonna leave it here somewhere. Go check them out. I promise they're really good. There are a lot more time is put into those ones for sure. But I do like making this. I think this one was really fun because I got to watch Prom Pact and write about it and make silly willy billy things about it and whatnot. And if you guys like this, I'll obviously make more of these, you know, just so we can hold you guys over until I release the main ones. Yeah. All right. I'm done talking now. Yes, sir.